Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a Q&A for you guys. If you follow me on social media, I did announce today, which is Wednesday, that I'm doing a Q&A. I put it on my Snapchat, my Instagram, and my Twitter. So if you don't follow me there, then check the links down below so you can follow me on any of those and then you won't miss the next Q&A. I'm going to start off with Snapchat because that's the one that I got the most snaps in, but as I've learned, you can only open these once and then they disappear. So I'm going to try my best to show the snap, but if I mess up and I don't show it before it goes away, then my bad. So she wants to know, her name is Philomena.02 on Snapchat, and I think I cut it off in the beginning, but she basically wants to know what's my favorite makeup product. I have such a bad memory. I wish I could go back and make sure that that's what she asked. But I'm pretty sure she asked what my favorite makeup product is. My absolute favorite makeup product would have to be, I'm gonna say lashes. I hope that counts. I hope that counts as a favorite makeup product. So this person just snapped me a picture and she wrote Coke or Pepsi. Honestly, Emmy Garcia 2002, I'm gonna have to say neither. I really don't drink any kind of dark liquid. I don't drink coffee. I'll drink hot cocoa when it's cold, and that's pretty much it. Long story short, neither. I usually go with Sprite or Sierra Mist on the rare occasion that I do have soda. IFK54 on Snapchat asked me what was my most embarrassing middle school or high school moment. My most embarrassing high school moment, I'm gonna go with high school. I've had a lot, but probably my most embarrassing is I was in ROTC, or junior ROTC, and if you've already watched that Q&A with me and Michael, you've seen a picture of what I look like in my uniform, and I basically looked like this little Air Force chick. When you're a senior, it's cool. You got all these little ribbons on you, and you're all jingling. You get to wear high heels and stockings, and you look powerful. But when you're a freshman, you're not that, it's not rocking. It's just an empty uniform. And so I was saying goodbye to a friend, and that friend was walking up to my ex-boyfriend, my first ever boyfriend, so my first ever ex-boyfriend. And it was already bad enough that I was in this dorky uniform. I proceed to walk down the stairs, and I don't know how or what in the heck happened, but I tripped down the stairs and landed on my not necessarily on my hands, but on my books. Keep in mind, I wore glasses at the time, so I'm this glasses uniform wearing freshman who just fell in front of the whole school because it was time to change classes, and everybody freaking laughed at me. Nobody said anything kind at all, and it was bad enough that they were laughing at me, but to me what made it so embarrassing is from up there, from up at the top of the stairs where I just fell down, my ex-boyfriend is like, "Oh my gosh, Ivana, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh, why did you have to see that? Of all the people, I was trying to make a cool exit, and of all the people, you had to see that." So that for me by far is my most embarrassing moments, and I've had some embarrassing moments, but that's probably the one that I remember really well. Most traumatizing. I have no idea why my babies are so cute. I think they're absolutely adorable, but I've always just thought it was me. You know, being a mom, I'm totally biased. I think they're the cutest things in the world. So, I don't know. I am one of those people, though, that thinks all babies are cute. So, I might be a little biased. Okay, Cecilia BFF on Snapchat asked a good one. They said, "Are you planning on being there when Christina gives birth to her baby?" Me and Christina were just talking about this yesterday, and I definitely plan to be there. I don't know if I'll be able to be in the delivery room because that's based on medical necessity. They can limit the amount of people that could be there. They could kick everybody out except for Chris. Nobody knows how it's gonna go, so she's not making any promises, which I totally get. It's her day, man. That's all you, girl. You gotta push out a baby, you get what you want. I don't care if I'm on snack duty, you get what you want. But we did talk about it, and she said she would call me. She said she's gonna call me. You better call me, girl. You better call me. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Yaharia _hi 123 said taco o burrito. I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna say tacos. I like tacos. So I just want to say I'm not really answering any baby questions because that was also covered in the Q&A that I did with Michael. So any questions like, are we having more kids? Do we want a girl? Something about the boys, that's pretty much all in there. So check the link down below if you asked a question about Michael or the kids. F. Vasquez 32. Let's snap her together. Let's do this together. Hey girl, filming right now and just want to let you know, favorite food by far, pizza all the way. All day, every day. Pizza. My best tip for makeup when it comes to oily skin is just try to mattify as much as possible. So you want to wear a matte primer, matte foundation, a matte powder. Don't use a lot of shimmer or shine. Obviously there's no such thing as like matte highlight, so you do have to be careful with how you highlight. Look into baking. I heard Airspun is the bomb, but right now I'm into the LA Girl HD powder. That seems to work really well for baking, so I would try making sure you use all matte products, try baking, and stay away from shimmery stuff like highlight. Connor is 3 and they sometimes get along and they sometimes don't. Connor's not the best at sharing. He gets like mildly jealous of whatever Zach gets a hold of. Zach is super chill. He normally doesn't care 90% of the time. 10% he will get upset when Connor takes it from him and he'll like fuss for a second. If I'm there, I make the correction, and if I'm not there, then Zach is usually just like, fine, whatever, I'll go find something else, jerk. Josie Preston on Snapchat asked me if I've ever played sports, and no girl, I have done my very best to stay away from sports. I've been the antithesis of athletic since I was like a little girl. Sarah McGlossis asked me what it was like to have 2 kids when Michael was deployed. I have never experienced what it's like to be a single parent when Michael was deployed because we waited to have kids until he was out of the military. Quack JB FK on Snapchat asked me what's my favorite part about being a mom. My favorite part about being a mom is just watching my kids accomplish stuff. I think it is so cool when Connor tries something and I try not to interrupt him. I let him try, and I just think it's so cool to see them be free of society's burdens. Connor doesn't know what it's like yet to be peer pressured, and that's just like this amazing little bubble of purity, and I know it won't last forever, but I think it's the most beautiful thing to observe. So I know that's kind of weird, but my favorite thing about being a mom is observing how beautifully pure a young child is. So it's probably weird. Probably sounds creepy to some of you, but it's a mom thing. I cannot pronounce this name at all, but it ends in 05, and she asked me what's my favorite part about vlogging. Favorite part about vlogging by far is that I can share my life with family and friends in a very unique way, and there's this place where like my children's childhood will forever be on film unless YouTube like decides to dump all its files, which I really hope they don't. Madia_10 said, what is the hardest thing about being a military girlfriend? When I was a military girlfriend, and I'm pretty sure this goes, let me know if any of you military girlfriends are out there, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like the hardest part is like not being recognized by the military. It's kind of like really hard to get anything done or for anybody to take you or your relationship seriously when you're just a girlfriend. So that was always the most frustrating for me. I didn't get the same benefits that somebody who was married got. So I don't know, I just wasn't taken as seriously. And Hainsey asked if I have any tattoos or piercings. My ears were pierced at one point, and then I gauged them just a little bit, nowhere near as much as Christina's. But I have this problem where I'm allergic to nickel, and a lot of earrings are made out of nickel. Even gold has some nickel in it. The gauges worked because they were made out of plastic and then rubber. So I really wanted to go back, but now I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should gauge my ears. It's not really my style anymore. So I'm kind of torn. I think they're still pierced. Oh, and I have one tattoo on my foot, and it says Michael's name with the Roman numeral 8 for our anniversary. So that was from Elizabeth Carly, and she said I should watch Pretty Little Liars. I'm currently watching House of Cards. I usually get my Netflix recommendations from Chris and Christina because they are professional bingers. I have seen them myself. So I'm watching House of Cards right now, and then I was thinking about jumping into Scandal. I have seen a few episodes of Pretty Little Liars, but I think I jumped in, and it's probably better if I watch it from the beginning. So once I'm done with these seasons, maybe I'll add that to my list because I heard it was good. Okay, so I gotta tell you something before I do Instagram. Okay, so my Instagram account, Evonna Who, that is my account that like my family follows. So pretty much once I was done with Diamonds on Deck, I didn't want to have 2 Instagrams anymore. I just wanted to have one. So it's been hard for me to post things about YouTube sometimes because I'm nervous about, like, I'm trying to slowly let my family know what's up. Well, my family knew, but not my friends. So basically, when I put the Q&A, it took some cojones, okay? Some balls, if you will. So I have a lot of my friends on here effing with me, but I'm gonna answer them anyways because I'm legit and I'm proud. So the first one I'm gonna answer is from Manny. He's like technically kind of my brother-in-law. Like, not technically, but I consider him like my brother-in-law. And he said, am I voting for Kanye West in 2020? And he is trolling me right now because he knows I'm a conservative, and I don't know. I don't know if I would vote for Kanye West. Him saying that he's running isn't enough for me to say, like, yes, I'm gonna vote for him. So far I'm gonna say no, but in 2020 it is possible that he comes out with like a bomb political campaign. So I'm not completely counting him out, but as of now, I'm gonna say no. I guess it also depends who he's running against. So Lesler09 did ask me if I was having more kids, and I was just going to skip over that question because again it's covered in my last Q&A. But they also asked how do I like being a stay-at-home mom, and do I ever feel antisocial? I love being a stay-at-home mom. It is the most amazing thing to me in the world, and since I wasn't always a stay-at-home mom, it means even more to me now that I'm able to do that. I don't even know if I'll always be able to do that, but I'm just so grateful that at this moment in time I get to do that. I don't feel antisocial because I'm really involved in my church. I go to a lot of their like ministries and stuff, and I belong to a ministry called MOPS. If you watch my vlog channel, you know it's mothers of preschoolers, and we do a lot of like play dates and stuff like that, and all the kids are the same age, so it's really, really cool. Grace Davis 247 asked how I would describe my experience having my boys. If you guys want a video on my birth story, I think that would be kind of cool for me to share the birthing experience for both of my boys, and maybe you can learn something from how I handled it. I got 2 healthy boys out of both, and that's all that mattered to me. I will say that in both situations my deliveries were very happy, and that's something that I will always cherish. I loved that I was able to joke around and giggle during labor, that I was able to put a smile on even when I was like puking my guts out. I'm thankful that Michael was there and he helped me find the humor in all the pain. So I think that's just like, that's awesome. Tabby Faye Brown asked me if I could have dinner with any person, dead or alive, famous or not, who would you choose and why? I think like my church leader would be disappointed if I didn't say Jesus. I'm not sure how to pronounce this name. Idana Zinuni. So sorry if I slaughtered that. But they asked me what's my favorite thing to do in my free time. Girl, I do not have free time. I do not have free time, and if I have free time, I fill it with things that don't involve free time. No, and YouTube is pretty much what I like to do in my free time. I also enjoy scrapbooking and other elderly activities, apparently. Hello Maddie asked what's my favorite lipstick color to wear. By far favorite lipstick color to wear is any kind of nude lipstick, but as you can see I'm getting excited for fall, and so I'm bringing out the dark colors from the back of my makeup collection, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the colors. And then in spring I love pink, so it changes all the time, but no matter what the season is, I love me a nude. Kayla Glitters asked me, are you planning on doing any more mommy videos, and what direction do you want YouTube to go in? I am planning to do more YouTube videos that are mommy related. I already filmed a video on how to sleep train, or how I sleep trained my children. I am trying to have my YouTube channel be more about quality than quantity. I'm trying to add more film-like elements into my videos. As far as my YouTube channel, there's so many things that make me me, just like there's so many things that make you you. I'm more than just makeup. I'm more than just being silly. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I love to cook. I love finding things that make my life easier. So I just want to be able to look at my YouTube channel and have it reflect all of the different aspects of my personality. I'm very creative, so I like doing the DIYs. And I like cooking, but I'm nervous about putting a cooking video up. So I'm just slowly spreading my wings on my new channel. What's another YouTube makeup channel that I love? Obviously, I love my girl Beauty by CeeLo. Other than that, I thoroughly enjoy me some Desi Perkins. I'm really into Katie or Luster Lux, and I like Raw Beauty Christy. Glam and Gore Mikey. Christina got me into her. Some of you guys are also asking for marriage advice. Again, check the link below for that video that me and Michael did. Exquisite Gracie asked, how often do I see Christina? Me and Christina see each other probably about once or twice a month. It just kind of depends. When I watched her dogs this last month, I think I saw her like 3 times in 1 month. And then I'm going to see her again this month for my baptism. And then in October, obviously I'll be there for her baby shower. We're talking about doing Halloween together, so there's 2 times that month. So we pretty much see each other like once or twice a month, which is what we were seeing each other before, so nothing's really changed. Well, the only thing that's changed is this time when we meet, we actually get to hang out. Before we would like meet and be like, hey man, like let's catch up real quick, but we gotta film 6 videos. So I don't know if this is C Breers or CB Rears 04. She asked, very important question, do you like pickles? Yes girl, I love me some pickles. And let me tell you something, when I was pregnant, oh my gosh, I cannot get enough pickles. I would send Michael to go get me like a cold cut sandwich from Stater Brothers. By the way, best cold cuts, kills Subway any day of the week. And I'd be like, babe, don't forget the pickles. And he'd be like, I got you, don't worry. If he came back with like 3 or 4 pickles in there, I would be pissed. I'm like, babe, I said don't forget the pickles. So it was to the point where he was like, F it, I'm just gonna get this girl a jar of pickles and she can add as many pickles as she wants. So I love me some pickles, and I especially love them when I was pregnant. Jamina Ramos 13 said, what was my dream job as a child? Dream job was to be a lawyer. That was like my first love. I wanted to be a lawyer. And then after that, my more realistic dream job was to be a teacher. And now, like when I was older, I kind of switched it to business and finance. I feel like I have a knack for that. Taylor McNizzle, my girl Taylor McNizzle, she cracks me up on Twitter. If you guys don't follow Taylor McNizzle, you need to follow her. She said, tips for YouTube beginners on content insecurities getting started, where to advertise your channel, personal Facebook page, fan page, and Twitter. For me and Christina personally, we created like a separate Instagram and a separate Twitter, Facebook, when we could have just used our own. And then with my new channel, I have a separate Twitter, I have the same Instagram, and I have the same Snapchat. And I was only able to be brave enough to do that because so many of viewers from my old channel, Diamonds on Deck 76, came over to my new channel. So I had an established audience. I wasn't there on my Instagram making my friends feel like I was asking for their view. They could either watch me do what I was doing or they could not, and I was fine either way. So that's how I felt. Everybody's different. I know people that have businesses and network through their friends and are very successful, and I don't think it's weird if people do that. If somebody, like if one of my friends was to start a YouTube channel, I would not judge them and be like, oh, you only have 5 subscribers. But that was one of my big insecurities, and then so that's why I've always kept them separate when we were on Diamonds on Deck. And then Evonna, who, like I said, the only reason I'm able to do that is because I have followers already. Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to do it. As far as content goes, if you don't really know what to do, just do what you love. And don't worry, over time it just gets easier. My first video I was like and now I'm like, what's up guys? What's up? This is me. This is all me. This is all me. This is me. Hi. Okay, so it's _ it's Liliana. It's Ileana. Could be pronouncing this wrong. She asked, tips for haters, question mark. I don't know what you mean. Are you saying like, you're a hater and do I have any tips for you? Or do I have any tips for people who receive hate? I don't know why, but I haven't honestly received too much hate on my new channel, which I am enjoying. Thank y'all. I think I definitely received quite a bit of hate on Diamonds on Deck 76, and I try my best to let it roll off my shoulders and just try to remember that it's coming from a place where this person is just so upset and they just can't take it anymore, and then they watch me and I just push them over the edge and they just can't take it. What I'm doing upsets them that much, and retaliating really just feeds them like much more than you need to. What are you gonna do, man? They're gonna hate. Haters are gonna hate. There's nothing you can do that will make them happy. I can lose a bunch of weight and I'll get 50 more haters that are telling me that I'm too skinny, that I lost too much weight and I'm like probably anorexic, or I lost the weight too fast and I'm probably bulimic. So really just understand that there's nothing that you can do. You're not in control of their like issues. So just do you, and as long as you're happy with it, and even if you're not happy with it, as long as like you're accepting it, then you're fine. Okay, I think there's a couple of stragglers on Twitter. I can't just ignore Twitter. Alright, Barbie Espinoza, she said, do you have any holiday traditions? The only holiday tradition that we kind of have is that usually on Christmas Eve we stay up late and we're allowed to open one present, but the kids are getting older, so I'm trying to figure out where their traditions are gonna go. Currently they don't do that. We go to my mom's house, their grandma's house. When I was little, I went to my grandma's house. We would spend Christmas Eve there. We'd be able to open one gift. Christmas morning is purely reserved for us, and Christmas like dinner was for my dad's side of the family. So that's the way I would like to keep it. Michael's pretty much on board with like my mom Christmas Eve because we're Hispanic. We usually celebrate Christmas Eve a lot more, and then Christmas morning is Sykes household only, and then Christmas Day is like for his family if they're in town, or maybe we can go visit them or something. That's like for his family. Alexa Marchani asked me, what's your favorite thing to do with your kids, and if you had to live with one makeup product / company, what would it be? I love you. I love you too. If I had to live with one product like for the rest of my life, I would pick eyeliner because I can buy it in a whole bunch of different colors and I can smear it all over my face and make some magic. I can get a brown one for my brows, black one for my eyes, maybe like some kind of taupe color for my lips, hopefully. That would be like my best bet, because if I had that, I would still be looking a hot mess, but it'd be something. Woo! That was a lot of questions. I did not answer all of them, but I answered, I feel like 90% of them. I love Q&As. I will definitely be doing another one. I'll probably make them like a monthly thing because this is really fun. I love just sitting in front of the camera and talking to you guys and answering your questions. If this video is not already long enough, but I still have to do an outro, alright? Alright? I still have to do the outro, alright? So just wait. Just wait. Here it goes. If you like this video and you want me to do Q&As every month, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below. That is the only way I know what is going on in your head, is if you comment down below. If you did not get a chance to ask a question, ask it down below and I will try my best to get to it. I usually answer almost every single comment that I get on YouTube. Almost. If you want to make sure you don't miss out on any more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for asking me questions on social media. And until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye! For her. Oh, is that a bug? Oh my god, it's because this damn lash. Okay. A lot of questions on Instagram. Yeah.